June 6, 1944, thousands of American infantrymen hit the beaches. They carried more than just courage. They hauled the gear that kept them alive. In this briefing, we break down the full D-Day loadout, every item carried into the largest amphibious invasion in history, from weapons to rations to the smallest survival tools. This is the definitive list of what a GI took to Normandy. First, the sidearm, the M1911.45 caliber pistol, trusted by NCOs and officers, stopping power unmatched. With rugged steel construction, it was the ultimate backup weapon for close quarters chaos. Next, navigation. Folded map sections of the Normandy coastline, issued strictly to infantry. These weren't standard charts. Printed on thin, waterproof paper for the wet landing. They guided troops through the deadly hedgerows and inland objectives. Headgear. The M1 steel helmet with netting, known as the steel pot. This 3-pound icon was a soldier's lifeline. The netting killed sun reflection and held local foliage for camouflage. The uniform, the M1941 field jacket, light olive drab, it defined the look of the early war. Stylish? Maybe, but GIs complained it lacked warmth and leaked in the rain. Underneath M1937 wool trousers, heavy olive drab wool. The workhorse of the outfit? Itchy, sure, but they kept a soldier warm even when soaked by the freezing channel waves. The base layer, the M1937 wool shirt, mustard colored. This provided critical insulation against the damp. French morning, Type 2 service shoes. These ankle-high leather boots were built for the long march to Berlin. By 1944, most were rough-out leather, treated with dubbing to keep water out. Then, the M1938 canvas leggings. Before combat boots became standard, soldiers laced these up. They protected ankles and kept rocks out. A total pain to put on, but essential. The main weapon, the M1 Garand rifle. General Patton called it the greatest battle implement ever devised. A semi-automatic powerhouse. It gave the U.S. infantryman a massive firepower dominance over the bolt-action enemy. The feed system, the M1923 cartridge belt. The foundation of the gear, heavy canvas, 10 pockets. It held enough 30-06 ammunition to keep the Garand singing. The pack, the M1928 haversack. Not a backpack in the modern sense. It was a complicated canvas envelope for rations and gear. Pack it wrong, and your kit spilled all over the ground. Amphibious safety, the M1926 inflatable flotation belt. The life belt. Squeezed 2 trigger handles, and CO2 cartridges inflated it. Vital if a soldier went overboard in deep water. The M7 rubberized assault gas mask bag. Designed specifically for the invasion. Black, waterproof, strapped to the chest. It kept the gas mask dry during the surf landing. On the shoulder, the gas detection brassard. A specially treated paper sleeve. It turned pink or red if it detected blister agents or nerve gas. A silent warning. The M1 bayonet with scabbard. A 10-inch blade snapping onto the Garand. For close combat or opening crates, it was a formidable piece of steel. Digging in, the M1910 entrenching tool T-handle shovel. Before folding models, this spade was the standard, awkward to carry. But when artillery fell, it was the only way to dig a foxhole and survive. The M1910 entrenching tool carrier. This canvas pouch strapped the shovel to the haversack. A leather thong secured the handle to stop it from banging while running. Hydration. The M1910 aluminum canteen. Water was life. A kidney-shaped flask holding 1 quart, often tasting metallic or like the purification tablets inside. Beneath it, the M1910 canteen cup. Stainless steel, this cup was a stove, coffee mug, and shaving basin, all in one. The M1910 canteen cover attached it to the belt. The felt lining was key soaked with water. It used evaporation to cool the drink. Medical. The M1942 first aid pouch. Small but critical. Attached to the web belt. It held the immediate supplies a soldier needed to treat a wound right on the battlefield. Inside lay the Carlisle model first aid dressing tin, a painted metal container holding a sterile bandage. Sometimes it held sulfa powder to fight infection. vital for open wounds. The MK2 fragmentation grenade. The iconic pineapple, heavy cast iron, pull the pin, and it could clear a bunker or trench instantly. 8-round unblock ammo clips. The heart of the Garand. These steel clips held 8 rounds. When the last shot fired, the clip ejected with that famous ping protection, the plyofilm waterproof rifle cover, a simple plastic sheet. It kept sand and salt water out of the action. Soldiers could shoot right through it if they had to. The M1932 meat can mess kit. An oval pan divided into 2 sections, used when hot chow was actually available behind the lines. The M1910 meat can pouch. A canvas pocket for the mess kit and utensils, usually strapped to the haversack to silence the rattling metal. Rations. The K ration box. Daily combat food in a wax-coated cardboard box. Tins of meat. Biscuits. Coffee and cigarettes. Just enough fuel to keep fighting. The D-ration chocolate bar. Emergency use only. Dense, heat-resistant, and packed with energy. This ration was rock hard. Troops often had to use a knife to shave off slivers just to chew it. Next up, the TL-122 flashlight. Famous for that crook neck design, it clipped right onto suspenders for hands-free action. It even packed colored lenses for covert signaling in the pitch black. U.S. Army dog tags. 2 stainless steel plates rattling on a beaded chain. Stamped with the essentials name, serial number, blood type, religion, identification in life, a record in death, moving down the uniform. Standard issue wool socks. Perhaps the most underrated asset in the entire kit. Fresh, dry wool. It was the only barrier against trench foot. A rotting condition born in the freezing mud of waterlogged foxholes. The compact M5 assault gas mask, issued strictly for the Normandy landings. Engineers stripped the bulk. They made it lighter, flatter, superior to the clumsy models of the past. It was a grim insurance policy. Protecting the infantry from the nightmare of chemical attacks during the invasion,